Welcome back to the zombie apocalypse. So welcome back to Project Zomboid. We have a little bit of a mission planned today. So it's been a couple days. I've done a little bit of exercise. We got some burpees regularity starting to build up, but man, after exercise, the next day is just lost. You're just sitting there in agony. And it's rough. It's rough. But we do have next level of strength, which we were very close to at the end of last episode. And we have about a third of the fitness level, maybe a little bit more than that. So, the mission today is we're gonna walk over to Fallas Lake, to the southern end, where we left the unmarked Crown Victoria police cruiser interceptor with all the weapons and stuff in. Not too keen about the weapons, but you know, just getting a second car. Then we're gonna take that and drive it over to, oh god, this is a little bit forestry. Let me actually see where I'm here, where I'm getting out. Now this is fine. Surely there's nothing in the woods. So yeah, grab the car from here, drive over here where there was another animal trailer, pick that up and get one or two of those cows. Now I did add yet another mod, which is a mod that changes animal trailers, and for the top tier animal trailers it kind of increases their capacity. It always bothered me that those huge trailers can only grab one cow. Oh god, this is... Let me just get out of the super dense forest. And of course, when I do an adventure like this, the game's like, yeah, but how about super heavy fog? You're in the middle of a dense forest and can barely see a thing. What about fog? It doesn't even matter if you're in the forest. Can't see anything anywhere. Oh, and we have the double music thing again, which seems to be like it's not some issue with my music while the game is paused mod, but that seems to be rather a generic bug at the moment. Seen several reports about this. Outside of turning off the music, maybe I can actually hang on. Maybe if I turn it off and then turn it on again. So yeah, other than that, well, we're almost at level 10 carpentry. Actually, if I'd seen we were that close, I would have done a little bit more. I've done a little bit more blacksmithing, mostly making nails. And yeah, we're getting there with the axes. Napping, foraging is also super close to level 10 still. Foraging is weird for me. Like always, you know, when I'm starting a fresh run and you know, like I can spend a whole day foraging and finding all the stuff and get excited. Oh, mushrooms, oh, berries. And then at some point it's like, oh, I don't want to do any more foraging. I've foraged enough for 2 playthroughs. I almost don't wanna click the foraging button anymore. I mean, outside of this being super foggy, this should be a fairly easy ride over there. So, unless anything out of the ordinary happens, I'm just gonna do a good old cut here. Alright, we are back here at the barracks thing. There's a bunch of zombies in the courtyard. Didn't 100% expect there. Let me just get a breakfast in here. Good old egg and fish salads. Right, let's see. I also, like, while driving here, definitely saw another 1 or 2 fast-moving zombies. So yes, they are gonna start appearing more and more now. It's a little bit hard to tell here. How many zombies are in an area? 6 over there. Yeah, my main concern really is with us increasing the number of runners with each helicopter event is that my character strength can keep up with that. As in, is my weapon skill and my fitness and strength going up fast enough to still be able to handle that? It's certainly a zombie that has something on his back, right? Is that a duffel bag? Ooh, like having more containers for the base. In it. No, nothing worth mentioning, I guess. Run away. A piece of gum. Alright, alright. Doesn't seem too bad. I'm surprised that we basically didn't take any durability damage here on our scythe. See if we can hook this thing up. Guess we're going the long way around. So yeah, I did mention I installed a new mod for the trailers. So it increases the capacity. The main thing of the mod though is that it kind of changes the characteristics of the trailers a little bit, so they're less likely to flip. They're, you know, actually obeying the laws of physics. They're not gonna flip around when you attach and detach them from your car. Just a couple behind the scenes changes to the characteristics. Because yeah, there's some wild things that happens with animal trailers in vanilla, and that mod tries to fix most of those. The increased capacity is just a bonus there, which, you know, to be fair, I was actually looking for a mod that increases the capacity, because I was thought like, oh god, I want to get a bunch of animals to the farm, but transporting them one cow at a time, that's just gonna be super tedious. Home sweet old home. I'm sure the foggy weather is gonna clear up any second now. On that note, I should probably put a little bit of food into the trailer for the trip here. Let's see what we have in here. Some of that hay. Alright, now we just need to find our cows. I guess we might as well check out if they need a little bit of milking. That's actually... Come on, give me the animal info. Oh, it's just ready. It doesn't even have the needs to be milked yet. That's another 4 buckets. Probably more where that came from. But yeah, we can use a little bit of extra butter. That's never wrong. Now this one we can also pick up and bring back to base, but it's also was fairly easy to create, right? I think we're just gonna make a fresh one back at base, so I don't have to bother with that. One more milking session here quickly. I guess one more butter session. And another milking session. Did we stop because you moved? Oh no, you're actually done now. Okay, cool. I should probably turn this into one more piece of butter and then put the bucket away. Oh, you know what? No, let's just we'll take the bucket with home with us anyway. Next up, let's grab some rope. You would please follow me. I think I'm going to slow walk this rather than using walk to, because I think if they lag behind too far, they will just detach from the rope. I'm always thinking, you know, when I'm doing this, when I first saw the previews of Build 42 and all the dev blogs about animals, I was always looking at that, it's like, yeah, cool. I don't care too much. Like, this is not something I ever wanted in the game. But ever since playing with it, I'm like, yeah, I care about my animals. Okay, so we got enough space for maybe even 2 more. Okay, I was hoping it would just go from 1 cow fits into the trailer to 2, but apparently maybe we can even fit 3 in there. Either way though, I think I should lose the buckets because it's way too heavy. That is an 88 capacity trunk. Okay. Well, alright then. How are you feeling, Mr. Calm? So I'm not sure how many animals we want to have at the base at some point, like in terms of just what is needed for food or butter production. 1 cow, 1 Holstein cow is probably more than enough. Just by my own experience. That being said, I kind of like some variety, and you know, cows are very social animals. We don't want to have them isolated. Alright, there's still 500 space. So you know what? In that case, I'm gonna abuse my overpowered mod. That allows me to have a whole 3 cows and not drive back and forth 3 times. And we also get this buddy here. So yeah, I think getting one of... Well, we should only have 1 bull, because, you know, otherwise they start fighting. But yeah, having 1 of each type of cow might make for some variety. Also, I mean, we do have a milk cow. We need 1 of the brown cows to get some chocolate milk, right? Now, so I did prepare something, an area for the cows back at base. There was an excellent suggestion in the comments to use basically the tip where the rivers meet all the way in the north. This way I only need to draw a single fence line and have a big area fenced in, and the rest is just covered by the water. We just can't drive all the way up there, so it's going to be a lot of moving the cows up there manually. Ah, perfect. I'm just gonna drive by the old lean-to here. Just checking if this is still kind of a safe backup base place. Or if any zombies moved in. And let's have a quick checkup on these two here. Like, we can't take anyone else with us, obviously. I'm just also curious if they ever got busy here. No. No baby, no milk. Well, okay, so yeah, driving back to base it is. I'm gonna assume this is hopefully gonna be a hopefully uneventful trip. I think we're gonna take the southern road though. The northern road looked a little bit more busy than I'm comfortable with a full trailer behind me. So we'll see how it goes. Right, rather uneventful drive home, almost completed. And oh, they are talkative. There's a constant mooing behind me. Yes, we're almost there. Actually, I was surprised how good this vehicle is at towing and off-road towing even. So we might be able to get a little bit closer. I thought we were going to have to lead them all through the forest here. But I think if we just stick to the edge of the water, we should be able to get fairly close to the designated pasture. And yes, it's going to be a little bit of a trip each time we're going to milk them, but it's not something we have to do every single day. So I think that should be just fine. Look at that. Now, I'm still not sure how the physics of these gates work, because, you know, but it's fine. I think we're gonna bring in the ladies first here. Remove you from the trainer. Attach you to the rope. Oh, I put the rope away again. We have set up the cow corner here. Wonderful. Now I do want to build them a proper barn, right? Like a little hut where they can shelter in during rain, etc. You know, one problem at a time. It's all gonna come down to how many nails do we have. Okay, I'm just gonna lead you a little bit further in, so you're not gonna run out through the gate while we're getting the others in. Weird that they're not just standing still. I'm not even moving, not even checking out their new surroundings. Yeah. Kind of concerned. Like, there are always the horror stories of bulls and rams just destroying all your fences or attacking the player. But as long as you're still calm. But not thirsty, calm. Okay. You guys be good up here. I guess with the planks that I still have here, I might as well just make one of these. And you know what? We're gonna make a crate. Not another crate. So then we can put the bucket in there. I was just thinking, okay, how do I get the bucket under a roof so it doesn't fill it up with water while it's raining? I'll just put it in a box. Just put it in a box. I don't think we milked the Angus cow here before we got on the road, so let's make sure that you're also taken care of. I don't like you standing in the gate, but I'm sure you can't get out, right? Oh, the other thing I was looking at was a mod that allows you to make cheese from milk products, but I think the one that I found hasn't been updated in a while and might not be working anymore. Alright, I guess the first part of today's journey has been completed here. So I'm gonna drive back to the little hut, spend the night, and then in the morning we do another trip, another animal-related trip. This time though, with a more sinister goal of getting one of the piggies to donate their liver to us. Just put this one here. Detach the trailer. Alright, all good. So yeah, I'll catch you in the morning. Alright, a fresh morning later. I did actually do something useful with the final few hours of the day. You'll see the car tools here. We did some mechanics on both cars, and that was actually, considering we had the book and we have the skill multiplier from starting with 1 mechanics, that was enough to get us level 2 mechanics. So we can hotwire cars now if we come across anything that we like. But the goal for today here is to pay a visit to our piggy friends that were, I'm not 100% sure exactly where that was, but I think that was just the little settlement here down the road. I'm not sure if we can actually bring, well, I guess we should probably just take one since we only have 1 leather drying rack anyway. Maybe it would have made more sense to bring the animal trailer and get the animals over there rather than whatever we're doing now here. Alright, anyway. Does this little pasture even have a gate? There's a gate there. Okay. So how are we looking here? Big ranch. I have 2 boars. They are not gonna get along anyway. So, no hard feelings here. Yeah, I'm gonna go on an adventure. Nothing suspicious about this adventure at all. Well, needs a weapon. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. What do you mean needs a weapon? What does that look like, what I have in my hand here? Does this count as a weapon? Yes. I'm sorry, little one. Okay, where is... So we can pick it now up, which just weighs a whopping 232. I don't think that's gonna fit in the trunk. So this is probably just gonna be having the dead animal on my lap while we're driving back to base, so I can bring it to the butcher hook. Yeah, no, that's not gonna fit. And I don't think the good old rule of you can put anything into the seat, any one item, no matter the weight, no, doesn't count for animals. But that's one of the reasons why we cleared out this place here, so that we could do this. Without having to worry about any zombies creeping up on us. We commit animal murder here. Unfortunately, there's no way around that. There's no other way to get leather in the game, which you need to get your forge and your furnace in the advanced versions. Something weird about, you know, having a kill counter on the screen for how many former humans we just murdered, but then a single pick, it's like, ah, I'm so sorry. Don't want to do this. Well, anyway. Junk. Get you up there. Let's grab a good old knife. Of some description. That'll do. So we wanna bleed you out. Gather the meat. Gather leather. I should probably have started with the leather, but whatever. Gather the bones. Some of my fish rotted away. Okay. Let's slice this. Then, back in the day when we made the bowl here, I thought okay, so that's still unfired. Ah, all right. Well, I guess we can still use this one to make brain tan. Oh, we need the bowl with water. Doesn't help if we have some water nearby. Okay. So fill the bowl. Before we do anything else, though, actually, let's get rid of the bones. And get the pork chop on the barbecue. This can go away, and yeah, just gotta work with the lever here. So we're actually gonna need more crafting stations here. So we're gonna need what? A softening beam. Planks. Do I have any more planks here? Any more logs here that I can turn into planks? I think I have some down here. Then we're also gonna need a tannin barrel. And we're gonna need a what is it? A flashing tool, which I'm actually not sure we have that. Or rather, I'm fairly sure we don't have that. So just drop the plank here, and I guess we might as well just go straight to the furnace here. Flashing tool. We have the skill to make it. We are lacking a metalworking chisel and 2 small handles. Okay. Can we... It's a masonry chisel. Does that work for metalworking stuff? No. Is this gonna be our hold up here? Metalworking chisel. You gotta be able to craft that somehow, right? Maybe not at the forge, maybe just manually. Okay, first of all, put that away so we're not running around completely over encumbered. Put this chisel in here. Alright, let me just check through all the containers if we ever picked up a flashing tool or maybe a metalworking chisel. 1 second. No such luck. All the chisels, we've got a metalworking chisel, no, we've got a carpentry chisel, a stone chisel, a chisel, but no, we're gonna need a metalworking chisel, which we never found, never picked up. We also don't have a flashing tool, but which something that must have been added at some point, which I wasn't aware existed now, is a bone flashing tool. So that's something we should be able to do via carving. So if we go, yeah, just need a animal bone, which we had just picked up, right? From, there we go. So now we can go over here, remove the flesh from the leather, remove the fur. Tan the whole thing. We can also then really just place this flashing tool and the softening beam. It's not like we need it anywhere else. And then now we have this medium leather, crude, wet. We bring to our little hut. Yeah, I did add a couple more furniture items in here, you know. Make this hut a home. I think we can just drag that in here. 7 days. So now we're getting our first dried leather. Not sure if you can dry multiple here, because it kind of has 2 sides to it. No, it says slots full, so I'm assuming that's all it can do. Alright, disregard the fact that we just had that tanning, brain tan thing in our bowl. Let's have a quick salad here. $51 hunger reduction, wonderful. Okay, yeah, and once we have 1 leather, we can make bellows with that, and the bellows is like the big one thing we're gonna need for the furnace and for the forge. So that's gonna be quite nice. Alright, over here. So we'll grab the axe if we're cooking the pork chops anyway. Let's knock this one up. Oh, our bowl turned now into a normal bowl. That no longer has this clay bowl style. Got a little bit of shame. Which we can do here, except for wait for it to cook. Okay, we got some pork chop. Although I haven't actually looked into the whole... So I did mention I added some mods that allow you to dry and cure meats and fish and stuff. Haven't actually looked into that at all, how that works. I think we're gonna need salt to get any of that done anyway. So that's probably going to be something we can only do once we start looting, actually looting places. And for now, I'm just gonna throw the pork chops into this place. We, of course, also don't have a fridge, so everything is just gonna be in a random container. Right, we still have some time left in the day, so what I was thinking... And so far we have been a little bit light on combat here today. We're gonna drive southwards. To that intersection where we cleared the area around a couple of houses, and there were a few more houses nearby. With a couple zombies there. And I remember seeing a propane gas grill there, because I eventually level up my welding some more. Then we can disassemble some more cars, get some more material for the metal working. I'm also thinking this was the car we disassembled here. Let's just pick all of this up. All that scrap is actually kind of useful. Can use it to make nails. Also no reason to, you know, leave the scrap everywhere around. Keep your environment tidy. Keeps your FPS high. So, I think just south of this. This is something we already cleared. And then south of it are a couple more houses where it's gonna start getting a little bit more busy. Oh, and we definitely want to liberate the David there. Okay. It's already busy here, and I see a fast zombie. I think when we were driving up here, they must have followed us, because I'm fairly certain we cleared this out. We've been at the chicken place here. Poor chickens, they're fully stressed out over there. think the one in the black jacket is the fast one, right? Everyone's coming except for that guy. I guess I'm okay with. No? Now he's moving fast. And then he's moving away again. What the hell? Nice try, Mr. Zombie. It's kind of concerning that they like fake to walk slow and then suddenly start running. Is he trying to flank me? That's not the fast guy. I am so confused right now. Like that. There's somebody stuck in the bedroom. Oh, not much I can do about that. The rules do not allow me to interfere with the natural order of things. Zombies being stuck in bedrooms. That's a big group out there. That's me fumbling the ground attack key. Making it a little bit more exciting here. Alright. Unintentionally so. That's the one little mistake that can cost you the run. Unnecessarily ground attacking. The zombie's like, oh yeah, I'll take a bite out of that. One guy down there and like 4 over here. Should be fine. But we haven't actually rested at all yet. Let's clear out that guy. I'm not sure how far away it's. I remember there was a house somewhere in this area with a propane gas barbecue. That's kind of the main reason why I wanted to come back into this area here. Just don't particularly remember how far away that was. Guess we can always have a look at the map. Center. Yeah, also a little bit further away. So one of these here. There's some more warehouses. The question is, do I want to push down there, or do I want to? I think I kind of want to clear out that big group on the field here. Just to have this as a potential place where we can go to in case we need to restock on chickens and or eggs. And also just since this is, well, it's not super close to our base, but close enough that like 1-2 helicopter events and they're all gonna be at our throats. Okay, I'm not seeing anyone with a backpack, so it's not a survivor group. It's just a group. If I remember correctly, I did set the spawn group, no, not spawn group, the rally group size higher, so zombies are gonna tend to group up in big chunks a little bit more. Level 5x. Shot that guy. A little bit out of breath, but just 3 zombies remaining. But if we don't have any attention from those guys, I think we're just gonna sit down a second here. That way. They moved a little bit too far in my direction for me to sit there fast forwarding time. That's a great find. Caffeine pills. Let's get this guy. Then we still have plenty of time to take a look towards the south there. Maybe we can get close to that house I was talking about. I think we're also now slowly getting to the point where we have actually enough strength that I can leave a water bottle in the main inventory and not have to manually unpack my water each time I need to drink, because that has gotten old real fast. Not looking too bad. Probably want to take out this group, and then I'm gonna go back, get the car, keep that close by. Anyone else out here? No, looks good. Okay, let me just grab the car here. More importantly than the car, let me just grab the David. I think it makes more sense here. Yeah, let's just put this all away. You in there. Pistol, nightstick. Not even sure why I'm looted the nightstick. So not like we have any skill worth talking about in terms of short blunt weapons. It's like, you know, I see a nightstick, I gotta pick it up. It's one of the best short blunts, I think, out there, so might as well pick it up. Alright, let's park here. Definitely a couple friends here at the warehouse. This is not the house with the propane gas, as far as I can tell. Hey, dog houses and a feeding trough is kind of a weird combo. Not seeing any animals. Also only really seeing... Yeah, we have the water dishes here. Seeing that one zombie here. You gonna get up? No. did I see that barbecue? It must have been further down there. I'm on a mission now. I gotta find it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Oh, hello. If this was our first real sprinter, yeah, but one jumped through a window and it was a crawler, right? Didn't actually fight a sprinter there. This was the first real one in the open fields. Stretch tickets. What's the keyring here? Keyring bottle opener. Nope. Bunch of basements here in that area. This house has one, this house has one. The other one house we were at earlier outside the basement. Was then our second actual fast zombie here. Which totally did not scare me at all. Okay, let's get rid of that broken weapon. We have one more, two more. Okay. Keep collecting watches. At least two zombies inside, but I'm not hearing anyone banging doors or windows. I'm fairly certain I heard like sprinter zombie sounds there. Well, either way, it's getting kind of late. Let's see if we can grab our prized loot, make it back to the car, and probably head home. Let me actually check the map quickly here. Yeah, don't see any other major houses nearby. Okay, that's no longer the right-click menu. It's now also here. It's fairly decently full, that tank. How's it looking? Do we clear out this little warehouse area before we leave? Probably. Inconvenient. Please just fall down, please. Come on. Last weapon. Last weapon is not a good sign. I think there was just 1 or 2 more zombies here on the way between this warehouse thing and the car. Okay, nobody guarding the vehicle. So we should be good. Okay. Well, I think that was a fairly successful session here. We got ourselves a couple cows that are now in our compound. We refilled our propane supply. We got a lever piece on the drying rack. And cleared out about 70 zombies today. I think that was a fairly successful day. And I'm gonna head back to base, and then, you know, the usual stuff. Probably gonna be a couple days here where I'm just gonna be screwing around at base, doing a little bit more exercise, chopping a couple more trees, maybe building up the road a little bit more. And then we'll see what we'll do in the next episode. And again, like, always happy to hear any sort of feedback where if you say you want to see some of the boring base days with just exercise and tree chopping, I can record that. Absolutely. Or if there's any adventure, any place we want to explore, let me know in the comments. And we'll see what we do. You know what? I should pick up some of this wood here. I'll do that, but for now, I'm going to put a cut in here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.